Welcome back. This is video number 2 of the Bargain Bread Racing series, our year-end Bargie Awards. This is our year-end awards for 2017. If you haven't heard of us, Bargain Bread Racing series of races held throughout the year. Basically, our stake schedule goes from end of March all the way to the 1st of December. About 70 stakes races on tap for our runners. And the series is restricted to scratch bred runners who are bred for 120 points or less. You can find us at bargainbread.com. There's some rules pages. You can kind of take a look at the rules. You can come over to About Us and message board and head over to the message board. This is where our nominations take place. A lot of our communication takes place here on the message board. Schedules up on the message board for you. It's a fun series. If you want to play, come check us out. Let's take a look at our champions here and our sprinter, miler, and stayer divisions in the series. We're going to kick things off with our dirt long distance division. First race in this series is the stayer, and this saw Tomorrow's Card go out and stalk the pace and actually took a really big lead into the stretch, and it barely held up. Send All Keep closed strongly, 11 lengths off the pace there to almost get up to Tomorrow's Card there late. Art Scarf finished a close-up third, and those three runners are really standing out here against the rest of the field, all of them with pretty nice speed figures, going 1.5 miles on the dirt. The second race in this series, in this division, is the Hinterland at 14 furlongs, go out to 1.75 miles. This one's in August, and in this one, Art Scarf defeated his rivals here. Set back 6th early, took the lead at the top of the stretch, didn't look back, pulled away, beat Clock to Stop, Jesus on the Tree, Kai Kui, the 3-year-old here, got up for 4th. So Art Scarf now a third and a first here as we roll into the third race for the division. And that's the Coco Shan at 11 furlongs, just 1 3/8 miles. And once again, Art Scarf stalked and pounced on him, got by Clocks to Stop here late, stretched that lead out to 4.5 lengths. Tomorrow's Card, who won the first race in the series, was good enough to finish third here, although 7 lengths behind Art Scarf. Art Scarf now starting to dominate the series as we roll into the Bargain Bowl. There was still a chance, though, for Art Scarf to be cut, but at the Bargain Bowl, in the Bargain Distance Challenge, it would be Tomorrow's Card, this time making that big lead stand up in this 1.5 mile event. Art Scarf just couldn't close down with the second place victory, having him place in all 4 of the races over the year. Pretty good run by Art Scarf. Congratulations to Tomorrow's Card there. Nice Bargain Bowl win here in the Bargain Distance Challenge. Our dirt distance Bargie is going to go to Art Scarf. Just a great year from Art Scarf. Got things started on Bargie Day last year with a win and allowance there. Again, a third, 2 firsts, and a second in the division series. Earned him enough points to win the Bargie Award for our long distance. And as you can see there, at the beginning of this year, he did grab a listed stakes by 4 lengths there in the Grand Glitter Dirt Stayer. So these bargain runners, they can win listed stakes, and some of them can even jump up and surprise you in graded stakes as well. Here are the division standings here. Again, Art Scarf earned 33 points. Tomorrow's Card made it interesting with that win at the Bargain Bowl, but ultimately fell 4 points short there for the Bargie Award. Congratulations to the Gowan stable. Another constant, good trainer with good runners that is part of the series. Let's move on now to our filly turf, our turf sprinters, not fillies, but just our turf sprinters. Our turf sprint division is just wide open. We don't have a separate filly division for turf sprint. Rock Turtle got us going in the Death Valley Oasis, 5 furlongs on the turf, and closed from way downtown to beat Cahal Pius by 3/4 of a length at the wire. Modern Diggs was there for second, just a couple lengths back. Big fields for the turf sprint early in the year. The next race in the division is the Everglades at 7 furlongs. It's the longest race, of course, in this turf sprint division. Modern Diggs able to turn the tables here and stalked and pounced his way to a length and a quarter win over Wanga Boom. Indy Keeper set a strong pace, finished third here. Cardinal Samurai fourth. Cahal Pius finished on down in the pack, as did Rock Turtle, who both finished well first time around. Third race in the series is the Tokyo Sprint. This one was in October, and this was at 6 furlongs. And it was Cahal Pius who stalked and pounced past Indy Keeper to get up by 3/4 of a length. A great race down the stretch between these two. Storm is a Joke here third. Pins Jet fourth here. Stratum Cahal. If you notice there, he's an oldie but a goodie. He was 6 years old here going into this race with this group. He's a grade 3 winner, over $1 million. Great career winding down for Stratum Cahal here. Even though he didn't really compete well in this division, it's always nice to see him in these races. So as we rolled into the Bargain Bowl, this division was pretty wide open. 3 different winners in the first 3 races. Who was gonna take charge of the division at the Bargain Bowl? And in the Silent Witness, that turned out to be Indy Keeper. He had been setting the pace here, but at 5.5 furlongs, found himself sitting just off of it behind Kabuki Anytime, and closed strongly to win by a length here in this 5.5 furlong event. Kabuki Time was second. Rock Turtle got in there for third. So 4 different races, 4 different winners. Who walks away with the turf sprint Bargie? Indy Keeper. The 3-year-old scored enough points in the final 2 races in this division to take the divisional honors. Pretty impressive. He won the 100 guineas at a mile for 3-year-olds. He competed in 3 of the 4 events in this division. I forgot about the Kamikaze there. The Everglades. He finished third there. He was fourth in the Kamikaze at a mile, and had really good finishes against older rivals in the Tokyo Sprint and Silent Witness. And again, as you can see here, he started in January taking down a listed stakes. So yet another bargain runner taking down regular runners and listed stakes here. Congratulations here. Another one from Gowans, a really nice one in Indy Keeper. Probably going to be pretty tough this year in the Turf Sprint division. Here are the final standings here in the Turf Sprint. Indy Keeper ends up with 25 divisional points, outpointing Cahal Pius and Rock Turtle there, who had 16 points. Modern Diggs ended up with 14 points. Now we're going to move on to our filly and mare dirt sprints, and they get started in the Death Valley Starlet in this case at the beginning of April. And it was Princess Arena who stalked and pounced by Philanthropy 2 to get up just by a quarter length at the wire. Really competitive race. Love One Another and Meteor Sparky all sort of there at the end. Really competitive between the fillies in this division. It usually always is. The next race in the division was the Sugar and Spice in July. And Storm is Joke closed from downtown to get this win. Won impressively at 6 furlongs here. Stay in This World was second. And Philanthropy 2 also closed from way downtown. Just couldn't quite get there, but up for third. Princess Arena fourth. Pleasant Wire fifth. The third race in this division is the Paintbrush. This one's in early October. Again, another nice field, and this time Price of Oil ran them all down again from closing from the back. Outclosed Philanthropy 2 was also back there. These two ladies were closing very strongly. Storm as Joke was right there with them. And another good finish. Price's Oil, though, was definitely pulling away at the end. Philanthropy 2 second. Storm as Joke third. Miss Blue Jay fourth there. And then as we rolled into the Bargain Bowl, division was still kind of up for grabs, but in the chance for Delta Sprint at the Bargain Bowl, it was Philanthropy 2 breaking through. Beautiful closing finish. Kicked home strongly to beat DP Stenotemp by half a length. Ghost Hopper was right there 3/4 of a length behind these winners. Just a length back, Princess Arena. If you can go all the way down to, you can go 5-6 deep here. We're all within 2 lengths of each other. Very competitive division. Was probably going to be competitive again this coming year. Now, our filly and mare sprint Bargie goes to Philanthropy 2. She just danced all the dances and hit the board in all of the races here. She was second in the Death Valley Starlet, third in the Sugar and Spice, second in the Paintbrush, and she won the Chance for Delta Sprint. She did take on the boys in the Tombstone there, and she held her own, finishing third against the boys in that sprint race. Really nice filly here. This is the Dragnell stables again. You'll see these horses here, South African horses. He loves to breed them, and they turn out really good here, even the cheap ones. So here's a look at the filly mare sprint division. Princess Arena and Philanthropy 2 there. Storm is a Joke, Price of Oil, Philanthropy 2. All good winners here. Philanthropy 2, when you dance the dances and you hit the board, you can outpoint your competition, and she did just that. 31 points in the division. Princess Arena second, Storm is a Joke third there, 15 and 14 points respectively. Let's move now to our Colts, and they're sprinting. They get started in the Broadway Sprint, which is in May, and Eyeing the Brew kind of picked up where he left off last year. Stalkin' Pouncin' wins by a length and a half over Funny Execution, who had a strong 3-year-old season last year. He made a good showing here in his debut as an older runner here in the division. Such a Long Way was third, and Bottom End got started here in the sprint division, but he's more of a miler router type, but did a solid fourth there, even though he's only 5 lengths behind the pace. Next, we go over to the Bargain Dash, the Colts in July, going 6 furlongs at the summit of speed, and Eyeing the Brew throws up a 112 speed figure. That's right, folks, it's 112. Second place gets 110. Setting the pace was Minions Cash. Funny Execution's doing all the right things. 108 speed figure gets you third here. Such a Long Way, fourth, real close by these two, with these two at the wire. Cloud Country would finish fifth here. The 3-year-old coming over and just got buried by his older runners this first time through, even though he ran a pretty good speed figure. Next is the Tombstone. We stretch out to 7 furlongs in October, and it was Gimme the Bird that set the pace, gate to wire, 109 speed figure. Eyeing the Brew closed well, finishing second here. Philanthropy 2, the filly that we just talked about, moved down, got third. Minions Cash here is in fourth. And as this race goes into the as we go into the Bargain Bowl, really Eyeing the Brew had done a lot and outpointed his fellow horses here. So when we hit the Tale of Two Places at the Bargain Bowl, Minions Cash stalked and pounced to a nice victory here, getting a 109 speed figure. Funny Execution stepping up his game again, second here. Eyeing the Brew third, dancing all the dances, and A. Randall here finishing fourth. Our dirt sprint Bargie goes to Eyeing the Brew. The old man didn't have a big, long racing campaign this year. He only had 5 races, and he made them count, getting 2 wins here in the division, finishing second and third in the other races. This is the MTK stables, and this got their first Bargie of the year. Really nice. Hopefully Eyeing the Brew, that lightly raced schedule. He may be back again and may be really tough in this division this year. It'd be interesting to see. Here is the sprint division again, with Eyeing the Brew winning the first 2, Gimme the Bird and Minions Cash. Eyeing the Brew had 32 points in the divisions, Minions Cash 23, and Funny Execution 19. Really, really tough division this year for bargain sprinters, and I think they can kind of hold their own in regular company as well. So good to see that. Now we'll move out to our miler division. This is Dirt Mile. And we have a couple of these throughout the year. This is the Big City Mile. It takes place in May. And Shores Infected, closing from downtown into a pretty strong pace, where you saw 6 furlongs and almost 109 flat there, just a little under 109 flat. Close strongly to win by a length over S.H. Pardongo. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing names here, guys. Second Wine closed in for third. Stalking and Pouncing, Chebre, Takdain. Again, forgive me there. Falling Pins, fifth. The next mile on the dirt is the South Beach Mile in July. And it was S.H. Pardongo again, a 111 speed figure. Stalking and Pouncing Pace held up here. Shores Infected closed well, and it was everything SPR Dango could do to hold him off by half a length. Bottom end got things kind of going here, outlasted the rest for third. Najavu Philly finishing fourth here. And then we go over to the Gumball Mile in October, and it was Shores Infected closing from downtown. Got the victory here by almost 2 lengths over high-heeled Healer. Bottom end stuck around again for third. Nice effort there. Falling Pins fourth. Imagine Mastery, 3-year-old, got it for fifth here. So as we roll into the Bargain Bowl, Shores Infected, SH Pardongo, all these guys have a good shot at taking divisional honors. And that's in the Sur Bear Mile at the Bargain Bowl in December. And newcomer Atlanta Tierra bombed away with a 108 feet speed figure, set off the pace, was 6 lengths back but in fourth, so your front runners kind of ran away from the field here, but closed down to win by almost 2 lengths over Shores Infected. So Shores Infected did it again, got onto the board, closing well to get within 2 lengths there of Atlanta Tierra. Imagine Mastery, 3-year-old, moved up to be third here. High-heeled Healer held on for fourth. Our Dirt Mile Bargie goes to Shores Infected. Again, dancing the dances here makes a lot of difference for a runner. Winning the Big City Mile, you usually got to win one. Winning the Gumball Mile, second in the Sur Bear, second in the South Beach Mile. As you can see, he did win the Death Valley Classic. That's in our Classic division. Beautiful speed figures here from Shores Infected. As a 5-year-old, ran really well in their series here. Here's our Dirt Mile division, kind of giving you a breakdown of each one. Shores Infected, scored 35 points, a lot of points in the division. SH Pardongo, 16 points. Atlanta Tierra, that win there in the Sur Bear was enough to give them 15 points, get third in the division. All right, the last division we'll look at in this video is going to be our Turf Milers. They start off in the Salinas Mile, and it was Boys Ranger. Sitting mid-pack, closing down, making it kind of look easy actually here in the stretch over Park Forestal. Got More Junk was third in a photo there with St. Corrali and PT Silverstorm. But it was definitely Boys Ranger here closing them out. The next race in the division is the Kamikaze Mile, and it always attracts a big field, so probably filled the screen there a little bit more. And that's Boys Ranger doing it again, stalking, pouncing. This time he did have some competition in Modern Digs, who was making up ground late, just ran out of time there. It finished second, though. Winter Tides, the 3-year-old, comes over, gets a nice third here. Indy Keeper finishing fourth. Then we go over to the Lantau Mile, and as we go overseas to Hong Kong, this one again is November, usually about 4 weeks out from the Bargain Bowl. And Boys Ranger, maybe the travel did him in. He just didn't have it today, ended up fifth. It was Drewland who set the pace, and it was a pretty wicked one and held on late over Winter Tides. So Drewland gets the win, a length and a half over Winter Tides. Park Forestal third, double the ideal. Fourth here, Boys Ranger, had to settle for fifth, but 2 wins in the division. He's got the upper hand as we head to the Bargain Bowl. In the Bargain Bowl at the Cafe Mile, it was double the ideal this time. Close from mid-pack, out-kicked Modern Digs late to get up for the length and a half win. Winter Tides would be there for third. Good showing for that 3-year-old. Got More Junk fourth there. And Boys Ranger not in this race here at the Bargain Bowl. Let's take a look at our division winners here. The Turf Mile Bargie goes to Boys Ranger. Those 2 wins early in the division really put him ahead, and he got a little bit of points there in the Lantau Mile, finishing fifth. He did take some swings in some graded company this season, but wasn't really successful. He kind of faded towards the end. He was 16th there. Don't know if something went wrong in the Cafe Mile, but he just didn't hit the board there. Didn't fire for Dragneel, but again, got enough points, wins the Bargie Award. Here's the divisional standings. It was really close. Boys Ranger, those 2 wins, gave him 20 points. He got a point there for fifth in the Lantau, and that was enough to hold off Double Ideal. 21 to 17 points. Winter Tides there, 16 points. Modern Digs, 15 points. a great division, and it's probably going to get better this year with winter tides probably growing up a little bit. Double the Ideal's probably still going to be around. Modern Digs, and who knows who else starts to hit these divisions. So stay tuned. We'll have one more video that'll cap out this year's 2017 Bargie Award winners.